Voices. Now, The Voices follows a likable guy who pursues a crush with the help of his evil pets until that particular crush stands up on a date, and then everything goes downhill from there. Now, this is a dark comedy. Now, usually I don't go for dark comedies. They're not really my forte, so to speak. But if I see a movie like this that seems remotely entertaining, I'll check it out. And The Voices is a really, really entertaining dark comedy. When I walked out of this movie, I said to myself, if Dr. Dolittle married American Psycho and had a baby, this movie would be it, because it has a blend of Dr. Dolittle and American Psycho, and you know what? It does a great job at blending those two movies together. Now, I haven't seen Dr. Dolittle in a long, long time, so I can't say if that movie is actually good or not, but I know how American Psycho is. And American Psycho is one of the darkest comedies I've ever seen. And even though The Voice is not on the level of American Psycho, it's a notch below, and it's real good. Now, this movie stars Ryan Reynolds. Now, I don't know why people give him a lot of flack, but honestly, I think he's a solid actor. He was the best part about Wolverine Origins. He was good in The Proposal, and I think one of his underrated movies of his is Buried, where he had to carry his movie by himself. And in this movie, in The Voices, I think he has good comedic timing for this dark comedy. And I think, honestly, he was the perfect match for this movie, because Ryan Reynolds, he's always been in movies that involve comedy, and I think he's great at comedy. He has a great comedic timing no matter what movie he plays in, even if it's a serious role. But his comedic chops works for this movie. You need an actor like Ryan Reynolds for a movie like this to give those nice dark comedic moments, and honestly, he played it to a T. And I like this movie so much because, like I said before, this movie involves evil animals that talks to him. And the way they have certain personalities of the animals, I think works, because if you have a dog or you have a cat for at least a long period of time, they got their personalities really down pat. And it's like, not to say like cats or dogs talk to each other or talk to people, but the way they act, you can just picture how that's what a cat would act like, or that's what a dog would act like. And I think the movie got the way the animals think to a T. And I like the fact this too is that you are involved with the character from beginning to end. You see what he sees. So if everything's all copacetic in his life, you see that as well. I like the fact that they play on that too, because in his eyes, everything's all good. And as the audience, you see that as well. But compared to everybody else in the movie that's all normal, everything's all off balance and everything. And I like the way the film shows that, because you're going into not the psyche of the character, but you see people in that particular state of mind, what they see, instead of what we naturally see as from the outside in. So I like the way that movie plays that out. And another thing I like about the movie as well is like how they play the animals. Along with the personality, which I just mentioned before, is how they play the animals side by side, going against each other. We got one animal that's good and one animal that's bad. It kind of reminds me of those Looney Tunes characters where, you know, you got one good guy on your shoulder and one bad guy on your shoulder. It kind of played it to that factor as well. And I like the way he played it, because you got one evil animal and you got one good animal. And the animals that you choose for good and bad works to perfection as far as the personality goes and how they played out as well. So honestly, The Voices, I really, really enjoyed. I surprisingly had a nice time with it. And I think it's because of the solid writing and Ryan Reynolds' comedic chops. Because I think if you get any other actor for this movie, I don't think it would have worked for comedic dark moments, but Ryan Reynolds, I think this is his forte. He has the dark element down pat, and I think this movie was made for him, or this role was made for him, so to speak. So yeah, I really enjoyed The Voices. It's limited release right now, but if it comes around your town or is it on demand, I definitely recommend checking it out. Now, this movie is not for everybody, but if you're into dark comedies like American Psycho, I think you definitely will enjoy it. Now, for me, the only negative I would say about this movie is that it's a little slow, and I think the pacing could have been a lot better than what was given us. But overall, I think this is a solid movie. So I'm going to give The Voices 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's a strong 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. So guys, if you've seen The Voices, comment below and let me know what you think of it. Like it, hate it. So as always guys, please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.